Hello everybody and welcome back
to my 20-week update. Have a special guest here with me today, the man behind the bump, my husband, David.
You're whipping me with your hair.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So I figured we're halfway through the pregnancy, so I'm gonna go through some points and finally get Dave to speak on his expectancy and his excitement for being a daddy. So let's get right into it.
Okay.
Last update was, I think, 18 weeks, so just 2 weeks of updates to cover. I've been sick again, so we're gonna do the sickle cell part first and then the pregnancy part.
Okay.
So I've been sick, I don't know, twice, I think, since my last video.
Not in 2 weeks.
I feel like it was, like, since I actually recorded.
Well, then it wasn't really a week 18 update.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. One or twice.
Anyway,
Once or twice.
Yeah.
Sorry. Since then. The one thing I have found is that my body has become less tolerant to my morphine. Which I think is a different thing for me, like regarding pregnancy. I used to be able to tolerate 10 milligrams of morphine and, just be extremely drowsy. But recently, I think since we become pregnant, like once I take that, I'm throwing up. Like within an hour, I'm throwing up, and probably most of it. So that's been something kind of crappy. So that's just something that we've, I think, finally realized.
I don't know. I don't think it's been it's never been the first dose.
No, that's
Yeah,
true.
you know
That's
what
true.
I
It's
mean?
usually by the time I repeat,
Right.
then my body rejects.
Yeah, and that's, I don't think that's crazy. I don't think your body's actually even changed.
So what else has happened? I don't know, what else am I missing? Baby started moving. He started kicking and punching and playing games in there. Pretty sure there was like a drum roll in there today. Not sure what was going on, but it was like I'm like, hey, just keep it down in there. But that's been lovely. Dave has felt the first kicks and many since.
He's a good man in there. We found out he's a boy.
Yes, you guys have probably seen that by now.
But
yes,
what's happened since week 18?
We are having a little boy.
Little man.
Yes. What else has happened? We had our anatomy scan, which was quite an experience. We went in for the scan, and the first technician did her thing or whatever. Told us, we can go outside and wait for the
results.
The results.
The report.
Yeah, the report, and the report is what we then take over to our doctor, which is down the hall, like it's the same place. So we did the ultrasound, waited outside for the results, and waited a lot longer than we normally do. So then we got called back in and actually had to go back to the room, and she was like, lay on the bed, the doctor will be with you in a minute. So at that point, my heart is just like, when you go for an ultrasound and they say, the doctor's gonna come speak to you, that's scary. So the doctor came in and she's like, look at a few things and then we'll talk. And I think Dave then asked her, like, can you tell us anything before you kind of start that?
Yeah, well, because the one thing that I've noticed over the course of all the ultrasounds we've had is usually when they're doing it, they're very quiet. And understandably so, they're very focused in what they're doing. And so just knowing that she was probably going to be the same, I was like, hey, can you give us a heads up first? Because clearly I saw how it was affecting my wife, because she's not very strong to not get worried.
It's my child.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're just jumping on the worry wagon. But anyway, so I just wanted to put her mind at ease and put my mind at ease too. Obviously, like
I probably just plays like thoughts. Nah, I don't care. It's all about wemi.
It's not that
Wemi's
I don't care, but
worries.
it was honestly, she came in and it's not like, my mind doesn't stay there. My mind doesn't stay in a negative place because it's not a negative thing. I shouldn't be negative because we want to be faithful, right? And so, I try to train myself not to worry.
Cool. So the doctor, came in and did her thing, and she told us, she's like, hey, what was it again? My ultrasound was extremely clear for her. So they were able to see the baby's bowels, which I think she said they normally can't see it that
Normally
clear.
they're just blurred. They're just not seen very well, but they got a good look at them.
So she's just like, I just want to make sure that everything's okay with it. And then also because, our lovely Energizer bunny in there was moving so much that they couldn't really get a good shot of the top of his brain. And so she's like, and I'm going to try to get that as well if we can. So she spent some time and, poked around or whatever. I think she got the bowel shot that she wanted. Mm-hmm. And then she had to go. She couldn't get the brain. She was trying. But she's like, no, I have to go see another patient. So she left and had a senior technician come in to finish the ultrasound. So this lady came in and like 5 minutes later, she's like, boom, I'm done. I got it. I got the shots of the brain and we're all good.
She finished and then she was like, I'm just going to go check because this seemed too easy.
Yeah. Funny. So she got it and we went back out and we waited a bit. The doctor came back out and she said, you know what, everything's all good. I just didn't want to give you guys a yellow flag for no reason. So I wanted to make sure that we were completely green. And we were, so praise the Lord for that. And went on to see our doctor. Mm. And then comes the sickle cell just overload, guys. Overload. So, as you guys know, I've been getting sick a lot more than, I would like or anyone would like.
That's fair.
So we shared that with my doctor. Like, we've been sharing that every time we go. Like, I've been sick X amount of times since the last time I was here.
And actually, prior to especially this one, there's always been a significant change or something, whether it be temperature, the winds hitting you, or being outside for like the one time at the movies. Yeah. And like it was just, there's been events that made sense. They were still more sensitive for sure, but we were just like, okay, we just have to avoid that. We should have been
more aware.
But then this time it was just like, nope.
Yeah, I did nothing. I was chilling at home with my husband, like laying on the couch talking, and I'm like, oop, I'm getting sick. Yeah. So anyway, because of incidents like that, so I explained that to my doctor, and she was like, I don't like the sound of the way things are going, and given the fact that winter hasn't really started yet, like it hasn't really been cold, which she already knows that's a heightened factor, like when it is cold. So it's like if you're already getting sick.
We already know that's a heightened factor.
If you're getting sick this much and it's not cold yet, that doesn't make me feel good. And then she brought up the scariness, which is something that I've heard about and seen firsthand from other people that I know who do have sickle cell, that when they are pregnant, I've seen people who end up having to have routine blood transfusions, which leads to them having a permanent
IV.
Yeah, permanent IV, usually around the neck veins or something, because that's where your veins are big enough.
Big vein, yeah.
Yeah. To be able to have routine blood transfusions. So she said, if this continues at this pace or gets worse, that might be the road we're traveling down. So we need you to get better.
Step your game up.
Step your game up. Which led to, okay, well, you got to, take good care of yourself. And, no more stress, stay home, and you're going to focus all your energy and everything on staying healthy for as long as we can. So that's where we are right now, is staying healthy as long as we can, by all means necessary. Sounds good?
Absolutely.
Yeah, why you sound like that?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
How am I supposed to smile?
Didn't know if I was missing something.
No.
Okay. So anyways, that's where we are sickle cell wise. Is just things have gotten way out of hand. Doctor's not happy, so I've got to.
And the doctor said that it is expected that sickle cell is worse during pregnancy because pregnancy is taxing on the body.
Yeah, it's stressful on the body.
So it's just like you're already battling that in a sense, and so you just have to be. It's juice, guys. It's juice.
It's sparkling grape juice, but it makes me feel good.
But yeah, so just knowing that, it's a scary thing because it's we thought we'd have to be cautious for sure. I don't think two ways about that, but to what degree it's been a bit
more
of a
than we
challenge.
expected. Yeah.
So.
So yeah, that's just been a little bit hard to get used to and get accustomed to. But we're doing the best that we can because we want our baby to be healthy and safe and not be, you know, hooked on morphine every day. We don't want that. So that's kind of priority right now. Anyways, I think that wraps up sickle cell part. Moving on to pregnancy. As I said, baby's kicking. Baby is 20 weeks and a couple of days old.
It's about a foot long.
Baby's about a foot long.
Just a little sub in there.
Foot?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Yeah,
Is he?
Yeah. Well, based on the size of his femur. Remember?
That doesn't sound... A foot is like a sub. A foot is like that.
Foot is not that big.
That's what I'm doing, guys. Can you guys see my hands?
Well, you're moving all over the
There
map,
we go.
so
A foot. There's a foot. No?
I think you're still a little big, but...
Huh.
Anyway.
Anyways.
So I say that because we don't actually have an actual measurement. And he's also cuddled up. Like, he's tucked in. But his femur was 3 inches long. Was it 3 centimeters? Might have been. No, I thought it was 3 inches.
No idea.
Anyway, yeah. I just got the measurement of his femur.
Okay.
And I multiplied a little bit.
I see. Anything else
No, you
that baby's been doing?
just kicking. It's cool. It's like the first time, when because this was actually really early when Wemi felt the kicks. She said, "Oh, I think I feel it." Kind of like you didn't really truly know.
Because I didn't know. Because people told me it would feel like a fish swimming by, like when fish swim by your feet or something in the ocean. Now I haven't truly experienced that, so I didn't know what. Like I know that's like a a light brush, is what I thought it would feel like. But guys, I'm not gonna lie. I said this to Dave. I'm gonna say this on camera. No shame in my game. It feels like a soft fart in my belly. That's what it felt like. I'm just saying, it did not feel like a fish, unless that's what fish swimming by your feet feel like. That's what it felt like to
You're
me.
a special woman.
Thank you.
That's your mom. One day you'll watch this, son. Anyway, but yeah, so the first time, a couple of times, it was interesting. Like when we would feel it, or whatever, and I'd put my hand there, but wouldn't feel anything. But then early on, like when he was like, yeah, put your hand there, and so I did, and was waiting, and bam, I was like, ah.
This was at 18 weeks and 3 days. I just want to let them know when you felt the first kick. So
I felt
kicked
it, and
you
it
were
scared me. Yep.
I'd say I felt the first kicks probably like middle of the 17 weeks. I started feeling like things that I wasn't sure about is what I'm gonna say. I'd say I confirmed them, quote unquote, as kicks right around 18 weeks. I'm like, okay. Well, this was actually basically I don't know what happened there. It was when we went to the doctor. We went to the doctors for the 18-week appointment.
This is what I live with, guys.
And she was listening with the Doppler, and she asked me, she's like, do you feel movement? I was like, I don't know, I feel something, I don't know if it's movement or not. So then she was listening, she's like, oh my goodness, your baby's super active, so I'm gonna guess what you think you feel, like that's definitely movement. So then I was like, oh, okay, cool, I guess it's movement. And that's when I accepted that I felt movement. I've been drinking some sparkling grape juice to keep me entertained. I'm just sharing parts of my... Can he let me live?
I did. Go ahead.
Let a sister live. We got our baby pair of booties. Yeah, his first pair. Woohoo.
They have mustaches on them.
And on that note, I'm going to say that's probably my 20-week update. I'll show you guys my belly. We got my lady breasts measured.
What other kind of breasts are there?
There are men boobs.
Well, I guess, but why would you have any other kind?
Because I was initially going to say boobs, and I was like, well, that's not very mature. Then I was going to say my breasts, and then that just didn't...
So your mommy breasts, if anything,
I got my breasts measured, my bra size measured, because, guys, I kept going to motherhood maternity and buying and returning bras every 3 days because I would never want to try it on in store, and I'd get home and it would be too tight or it would be too big. So eventually I was like, you know what, let's get measured, let's try it on, and let's do this.
She's a real quick learner, guys.
Thanks. So we officially got up to a 32 triple D? Or
I don't know what she ended up getting.
32 or 34 triple D?
34.
Can't remember. This is the problem. So I ended up getting up to that in terms of bra size, pants. I'm still the same, except I finally accepted my fate. And I bought myself some maternity pants, and bless the Lord, oh my soul, they feel good. I wore my work ones to work today, and I was just like, oh my god, this is amazing. Now I know why all these women, because I've heard so many people say to me, once they put it on, they're just like, why have I been suffering for so long? And I was like, nah, they're just talking. Like, y'all are crazy. It ain't that deep. It is that deep. It is seriously that deep. Like, it feels good.
I can't do this.
Get out of my camera.
She's just so funny.
I see.
Anyway.
Anyways, it feels good. So I've started wearing maternity pants and wearing my maternity sweaters and stuff. And secret for the ladies out there. Victoria's Secrets has these workout pants. Yeah, if you own a pair and you're pregnant, go put it on. They feel so good. I wore it yesterday. Why is he laughing at me?
Good.
I wore it yesterday because I was like, I don't want to wear jeans. And it's like jeans or tights. I didn't feel like wearing tights either because they're just so, tights they're tight. They're snug on your skin, and it's like, I don't feel like wearing that either. And I was like, I have these Victoria's Secret pants. Let me put them on. I'm going to need you to stop. And I put them on, and it felt like heaven. It was just like melting on my skin. Oh, favorite new pair of pants. I plan on living in them.
All right.
And any other tips to share with you guys? Any other tips? Tricks?
Yeah, you gotta, if your wife is pregnant, just laugh. Just laugh and go along with her crazy shenanigans.
I see.
That's all. What?
Your kid's almost here. Before you know it, he'll be here. So enjoy this time.
I am. I'm laughing and going along with it. I am. I'm having a great time. Why are you saying that?
Anyways, I think that's all we've got for now. I've ranted a lot and shared a lot of necessary and unnecessary information, but that's what pregnancy videos are for. Keeping it real, and
agreed.
I never know what might matter to someone out there, okay? So I'm just putting it all out there. So I'm going to show you guys my little belly shot and my maternity pants from Motherhood. Is it Motherhood Maternity? Yeah, Motherhood Maternity. And then we'll see you guys at our next video, and I don't know when that will be, but let's say
37.
We're seeing our doctor again. When are we seeing her? The ultrasound. So we're seeing her this week, but we're not doing an ultrasound.
No, on the
our next ultrasound is in
Christmas.
January.
Oh, not one before Christmas? No, that's
I thought the placental one is in January. Yeah. So our next ultrasound is in January. Well, seen the doctor like multiple times before that, but our ultrasound is in January. So if there are no updates from the doctor, I probably won't do another video until our next ultrasound, obviously, when there will actually be more information to share. So
unless something cool happens.
Unless the baby's arm starts showing up and stuff in my belly, then I'll show that to you guys. But for now, I'm gonna show you my round belly, and yeah. We made it halfway through, guys. Woot woot. Side note, shameless plug, but I gotta do it. I'm gonna start blogging about my baby, and I'm super excited about that.
Are you only gonna blog about your baby?
No, I'm gonna blog about a bunch of things, but
okay, good.
I can at least start my first vlog. I already started already, so hopefully
Vlog.
What did I say?
I thought you said vlog. We're already doing a vlog.
If I said vlog, my bad, I meant blog.
And if she said blog, my bad, I'm deaf.
So I already started writing up my 20-week blog. Hopefully it should be up when this video is up as well on our website, mymomentsoflove.com.
I see. This is news to me.
It is news to you, so I'm going to make sure that looks good. Anyway, so we'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and listening to us and our shenanigans. Did you share how excited you are about your baby and having a son and all that?
Nope, because
you
wouldn't shut up the whole time.
Can you share all that? I'll shut up.
I am excited. I'm just kidding. I was telling you this story, and then you just cut me off.
Can we get over that?
Wow. See, it's
I'm sorry.
Just I don't get her right now. She just cut me off left and right. Hi.
Hey.
I'm very excited for a little man. He's growing in there, and when I can play, and because right now, last night we had a little game going where I push Wemi's belly, and he'd poke it, and I'd push it, and he'd poke it, and we were going for a while, and then he went to sleep.
He's like, I'm tapping out.
He doesn't tell me these things. He just leaves, and it's very rude. I want you to know that, son. While you were in Mommy's womb, you were being very rude to Daddy by not telling him when you were done playing.
That is something you should probably inform. But one thing I must say is our son loves Christmas music. Loves it, loves it, loves it. Is always kicking whenever Christmas music is going.
So is he kicking all night tonight?
I told you he was. Remember when we were playing, I said he was kicking. That was when he did the drum roll.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he likes Christmas music. That's my baby right there.
Pardon me.
Loves the Christmas music just like Mommy does.
Okay.
Okay, alright, that's it. Show you guys the belly. Talk to you guys next time. Bye. There we have the bump in its full glory. A 20-week bump. Show you guys a little. Here's my maternity pants that I had on. I rolled them down because I got home and I was being lazy and playing with the baby. But there they are. Doo-doo-doo. Aren't they fantastic? Oh my goodness. And there's my belly. My bell button's all the way out, as I told you guys. But there we go. Doo-doo-doo. Not much to see. Let's try to suck it in. Nope, that hurts.